Hey YouTube, this is Orion making another video. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing as it is very much appreciated. This is a video about a South African tinderbox called the Tonteldoos. I made this one up yesterday. I got onto these a couple of days ago, been watching a few things about slow matches, and this is a variation on the slow match, and I thought they were very interesting. They're basically the South African version of them, and what they did is got a copper tube, piece of copper tubing, and put a couple of end caps. They used, it's 100% cotton. They used mop heads. Well, I didn't actually have any mop heads, and I didn't have any lamp wick or any of that sort of thing, but I did have denim. So I did put denim in it. So I went to Bunnings anyway and bought 3/4 inch copper tubing, a couple of end caps, 20mm end caps, and the copper and stuffed it full of denim and made one up last night. It's 100mm long, and I did get it working last night, but then it started raining and I couldn't get it to ember despite me working on it for about 20 minutes. So I'm not going to, it's raining again today. So this is just a preliminary overview at the moment. It's not finished because I've got still components to come. I'm going to drill some holes in the end caps. I'm going to put some shock cord on. So eventually it will have shock cord running end to end. And what I've done, this is a little belt pouch I made years ago. So that's my 1790s tobacco box with my flint and steel in it. So I put that in there. Get it all fitted in there. I'm still going to put some char cloth in there because I was getting a bit frustrated last night. It wasn't really working for me, so put a bit in there just so it doesn't rub together. Then the Tonteldoos on top. A little bit of poker there because you always got to have a poker. And that's the kit all in on a belt. Pretty neat package, I think. Worked out really well. Anyway, really easy to make. Took me about 15 minutes. Basically, all I did was cut it off with a file. I smoothed it all out. The 3/4 inch pipe, I ended up with at Bunnings. I couldn't get it. I had to get 1.5 metre length. So I've got enough of these to make about 15 of them. The 3/4 inch pipe, my fingers, only one is the small one. And I did find with denim, I had to char a fair bit of it. And what I'm thinking, I'm thinking I may roll up the entire length of this, or at least half of it, and char it completely, properly, like have it black, charred fitted into it so that it's properly charred in there, so that, because as far as I'm concerned, this brown stuff here doesn't take a spark very well, and when it's raining or a little bit of moisture in the air or whatever, flint and steel just doesn't take the spark very well, because this isn't good here. See how it's all brown and that's not good char cloth. It's not charred properly. It's poor quality char cloth as far as I'm concerned. I did fluff it up a bit that's why I got this poker. I'm going to try and fluff it up some more next time I try to go at it. I'm going to wait until it gets a little bit better and try and get it to take a spark a bit better, because I tried for about 15 or 20 minutes the other day, last night, and I couldn't get it to work. First time I made it up, I got it to spark within a couple of strikes. It got it embered. I was really happy with it, but then I tried again and it just wouldn't take a spark. And then last night I got a piece of char cloth with flint and steel, got it embered, and then held the ember onto it, and then tried to blow the ember onto it, and it wouldn't take that ember. So that's indicative of this is just not taking an ember. Like, if it won't transfer an ember onto it, it's not going to take a ember, like a spark from a rod, from a striker, because char cloth embers are a lot hotter than a spark from a striker. So there's still a lot of experimentation. I am definitely not giving up on it. I think this is a brilliant idea. A handy little bit of gear. I like it a lot. And yeah, I'm going to make up a couple. I've got enough materials here. I'm going to have to buy some more end caps. I'm going to send one down to my good mate down in Sydney. As soon as I get another couple of end caps, get some more. I've got shock cord on the way. Yeah, I think with flint and steel, it's a little bit more problematic. The original ones obviously were using flint and steel. I think you would have more success with ferro rods because they burn a lot hotter. I don't know how we'd go with magnifying glasses. That's an interesting premise. I might include a magnifying glass in each kit too. So that's something I'm going to explore as well. So maybe flint and steel, magnifying glass, all in the kit with a Tonteldoos as well. So that's another idea if you're failing with the flint and steel, and yeah, maybe a magnifying glass onto it. That'll a 6-power magnifying glass would certainly give it a go too. So yeah, that is a definite idea that I am going to explore, because I'm really getting onto these idea of slow matches. And I looked at Bunnings today, and you can get 100% cotton mop heads for about $16, but they're 500 gram, 650 gram mop heads for $16. Sounds like a lot of money, but it's a big mop, and you've got a lot of cordage. But I like the idea with the mops because they're individual things and they're individual cords, and you'll be able to fray them out. So I think that's where with the cotton it's a lot more denser here, and so when you push it out here you have to fluff it up a bit, because the idea with the spark, you need it a little bit frayed, and that's where the spark hits, and then the fray bit is where it catches on. So that's why I've got this poker. So I'm thinking with the mop bit, and I've also got bloody what is it? Lamp wick, flat lamp wick coming as well. So I've got a lot of different 100% cotton ideas that I'm going to be experimenting with all these, and I'll eventually get onto one that will take a spark. But I think I may have to, with the denim, I may have to char like half of it, so that the char is like, it'll be charred quite significantly down the end here, and the tube will hold it together so that it'll be the integrity, because the char gets very, very brittle if you once you char a fair bit of it, and the tube will hold it all together. So, and then if you don't char it all the way, and the rest of it'll be, the integrity will still be down here, so that'll be good too. But I just wanted to show you this. It's an easy build to make, and Bunnings sells them. You know, I think it was about $16 for the tube and $2 each for the caps. So it's not an expensive build. You know, you get out of it for $20 and you can make, you know, as I said, 10 or 15 of them. But you have to buy a heap of end caps too, so that it does end up probably $30 or $40, but you'll be able to make 15 of them. But you do have to buy all the cotton. But I've got old jeans here, so that's where I'm getting most of my char cloth from at the moment. But I wanted to show you the Tonteldoos, a South African tinderbox. But I will do a demonstration once I get it all sorted out and it stops raining, because we've been having some rain here, which is giving us a bit of relief from the heat, and a bit of relief from the fires at the moment too. So yeah, it's just made out of 3/4 inch copper pipe, 20mm end caps. I'm going to have some shock cord, and I'm yet to determine what's the best inner 100% cotton that'll be going in there, and I'm yet to determine what we're going to do for putting the best spark in there. But I really like the idea of flint and steel and magnifying glass. I think I'm going to settle on that as to be what my preferred option is for that, because I am on a flint and steel kick at the moment, but I always love defaulting back to magnifying glasses as well. So I'll probably include a magnifying glass, flint and steel, and a Tonteldoos in a kit, and that'll be my variation on a slow match, South African slow match, and flint and steel, and I'll just put a magnifying glass in there as well. Anyway, thanks for watching.